Welcome back to the pack. It's Alvo TheWolfeCraze, and today we got another update. A little bit late again, but there's reason for that, and we're going to talk about it in a minute. But we got another update for Alvo, particularly focused on the quest this time around. But again, like I said, we're going to get into it, talk a little bit more about what this means for Alvo moving forward. So let's get into it. Alright, so the update here is Quest patch 0.22. This patch is specifically for the Quest invite system. There's a few other things that we're going to go over here, but I just wanted to point out that there are two different locations that you can actually find this. If you're over on the Discord, you'll see this in the dev announcements. If you're over on the Facebook group page, you'll find it right there at the beginning, at the top, posted as something that you can view. So if you're not in either one of those, be sure to go check them out and follow both the Discord and the Facebook group page. So let's get started. Let's talk a little bit about what this patch is going to do for Alvo over on the Quest platform. Oculus Destinations, which is essentially the method that you can see where your friends are at, invite them, join them. That's always kind of been hasn't really worked effectively for a lot of people. It's not a very reliable system. So the team over at Alvo was focused on how to integrate that better and also create their own system where you can invite your friends and integrate that into the game itself. But let's look at the bullet points here. Oculus Destinations: join an Oculus party and start a group play. Send a friend an invitation to join your squad. So that's the idea that, from Oculus Destinations, how that's supposed to function. It was tweaked, it was managed, the algorithms were worked to make sure that everything was working copacetically. In-game system. The view recently met players. This is part of the new in-game invite system and friend system for the Quest platform. You could see the players that you have met in the matches for the past certain number of matches. I'm forgetting the actual count. I think it's 50 matches. I can't remember exactly, but if you're looking for a person that you were just playing with but you couldn't get the invite out, you can go to the previously or recently met players, hit the little plus button, add them, send them an invite, and you're good to go. You can also see what mode your online friends are playing. So if you want to see, like, in the game at the main lobby where your friends are at, the friends that you already have, it will show you whether they're in zombies, free-for-all, or team deathmatch. That way you don't have to guess. You could be like, oh, well, this friend is playing TDM, I want to play FFA, so this friend over here is playing FFA, I'm going to join in on their party. It makes it much easier to determine, okay, where your friends are at, what they're playing, and who you want to join based on the game mode. You can also send squad invitations, so that's just another feature, and join a friend's squad. That's also a feature. You click on the name of your already existing friend and it will give you a text box of different options to select from. It was built to work with cross-platform too when it's enabled, so you will see some that say QS QS platform, and then the other one will say PS platform. So you'll be able to identify what platform your friend is currently playing on. Full update log. What we could see here is Oculus Destinations party feature added, in-game friend system and recently met list, scoreboard voice chat indicators fixed, meaning you can actually see who's talking. So when someone's talking, there'll be an indication that they are, like a little speech bubble will pop up, and when they stop talking, it'll go away. It's working very nicely. This is something that everybody was like, hey, I wish I knew who was talking, who I was talking to, who was responding. Well, this is being integrated into the new patch, and that's also going to be transferred over across platform. So there you go. New main menu scene. At present, or at least at one point, not at present anymore, but at one point it was Desert Day. This has changed over to the new map, Retreat. So you will see Retreat as a new background for the main lobby. It's really nice. If you haven't played Retreat yet, hop in there. It's really good for search and destroy matches. Get some of those lobbies going. It's also really good for TDM and FFA as well. It's just a nice new advertisement for the new game or new map. So be sure to run a few rounds in Retreat and be on the lookout for Dojo, which is coming soon. Tutorial was added. A lot of people were concerned that there was no means of figuring out how the game operates mechanically. It's so everybody was relying on other people to teach them. Well, no longer is this necessary. There is a new tutorial as soon as you log in if you're a new player. There's also a means of playing the tutorial, especially if you're still kind of a new player but you played a few rounds and not entirely sure how everything works. Just go to the training section, the training mode, and there will be an option to run the tutorial. Check it out. If there are some things that you're less familiar with, or you're like, man, maybe I don't know how to slide properly, or I don't know how to jump, or whatever, I don't know how to reload the dual Uzis, go into the tutorial, check it out, run through it. You could do that at any point. Another change was that bots leave when 4 players are in a match. A lot of people were concerned about this, especially free-for-all players. As free-for-all, you were playing until 6 people got into the lobby, which means that 6 out of 10 then the bots would leave. Well, now that's been reduced to 4. Only 4 of you need to be in that mode before the bots leave, and this is consistent from FFA to TDM. So if you were one of those people who hated all the bots always being in there, despite there being a decent number of player base in that mode, you don't have to worry about that anymore. 4 players, that means if it's TDM, 2 on one team, 2 on the other, bots are gone. Desert map layout changes. There have been some slight adjustments. Be on the lookout for those. Dual Uzi damage is increased, which means they're a little bit more viable in terms of a gunfight. So if you were weary about running the Uzis and you're like, man, these just aren't worth it, it takes way too long to kill someone, give them a shot. There was a buff, and it feels a lot better to dual wield against someone running with a Viper. Zombies, the current round show is now shown in the options menu. Before, people weren't really entirely sure what round they were on, so this shouldn't be a problem. Also, zombies message displayed when players can no longer join. This has been cut off to 5 rounds. If you reach the 5th round, no one can join you. So now there's a message that's saying you can't join, rather than just kicking you and making it seem like, well, you know, it's broken. No, it's not broken. It's just players have gotten to round 5 and no one can join from that point on, because that's when things start amping up, getting a little more hot. There's a fix to an issue where 2 people would try to pick up the bomb and search and destroy, and at the same time, once both tried to pick it up, if it were dropped, it couldn't be picked up again. It caused so much chaos and confusion that people who were attacking could no longer actually plant, because the game registered 2 people had picked it up, but 1 only had it. So if that person died, it was dropped, it was still believed that the other person had it, so they couldn't pick up the bomb and no one else could pick up the bomb. It was a very strange occurrence that resulted in a lot of frustration, but that is fixed in this issue. So if 2 people try to go pick up the bomb, it's just gonna, once it's registered to 1 person, it's all gonna shift to that. So kudos to the team, awesome fix. There was another issue that was fixed where people weren't able to plant the bomb in retreat, which is the new map. That has been fixed. I never encountered that, but if you did and you reported it, first of all, thank you for reporting it, and second of all, it's fixed. So that's awesome. So after this update, the team has decided to focus heavily on getting that cross-platform going. They are anticipating by the end of the month that cross-platform will be a thing. So be on the lookout for that. PSVR players are stoked because they have been around a little bit longer than the Quest players, and they want to showcase what they got. And I know there's a lot of really talented and skilled Quest players that want to teach the PSVR legends a lesson. So when this happens, man, things are going to blow up, and hopefully soon after that we can get some private lobbies going and have ourselves a formal Quest versus PlayStation competition. That'll be super fun. You can always check that out over at Amateur Hour Commentary. Just go to twitch.tv/AH Commentary. We will definitely be covering it, and I got a feeling GSPL is going to be behind the layout of that tournament. So what you see here in this image is a bunch of blurred words, and that's for good reason. You'll also see 2 red lines, and those 2 red lines indicate maps that you have already seen or are already in the game. That's right. these are maps. These are various maps that have been worked on or are being worked on or close to completion that will be coming to the game. So for people who may be concerned, like, well, there's not enough content coming out, just know that at least from a map perspective, you could expect a lot more. If you count it, there's about 7 different maps there being in the works, and this is just a start. There are other ones that are being worked on or were being worked on that might have been sidelined, and this is just the maps. This doesn't account for the different utilities that are being worked on and coming out. This doesn't even refer to different game modes. This is just the maps. So you know the team's hard at work when they have this many maps, new utility items coming out, and other things planned. So yeah, be excited, because I know I am. And if you were a little cautious about getting into Alvo, well, now's the time to do it, because big things are happening, especially once crossplay starts. Alright, this was a bit of a short one. The quest update wasn't substantial in the sense of content, but it was substantial in terms of the invite system and the invite structure, which a lot of people were really concerned about initially, which is why they may have given a bad review. But if you were one of those players who gave it a 1 or 2 star because you couldn't invite your friends, I implore you to jump in now, give it a go, play with your friends, join TDM, join FFA, and join S&D. Maybe even try out the zombies mode, which, by the way, there is a new zombies map coming out, which we did review, so be on the lookout for that. When that comes out, I will be sure to have a video clip to go along with it, review that with you guys, and explain some things that you can expect coming from the zombies mode. That's going to do it for today's video. Thank you so much for tuning in, and to be updated all the time, be sure to join the Facebook group page, which you see right here, and also the Discord group page. Be in the know, talk to the devs, talk to the community, and join the Alvo army. And if you haven't already subscribed, hit that subscription button. Also give me a thumbs up. That would really help the algorithm, and I will see you guys in the next one. Till then, peace.